with some reluctance, apologizing for them in advance, as it were, that she wanted to consult you about a murder that she might have committed. Hercule Poirot stared. His eyebrows rose. Might have committed? Does she not know? That is what she said, sir. Unsatisfactory, but possibly interesting, said Poirot. It might have been a joke, sir, said George dubiously. Anything is possible, I suppose, conceded Poirot, but one would hardly think— He lifted his cup. Show her in, after 5 minutes. Yes, sir. George withdrew. Poirot finished the last sip of chocolate. He pushed aside his cup and rose to his feet. He walked to the fireplace and adjusted his moustaches carefully in the mirror over the chimney-piece. Satisfied, he returned to his chair and awaited the arrival of his visitor. He did not know exactly what to expect. He had hoped perhaps for something nearer to his own estimate of female attraction. The outworn phrase, beauty in distress, had occurred to him. He was disappointed when George returned, ushering in the visitor. Inwardly, he shook his head and sighed. Here was no beauty, and no noticeable distress either. Mild perplexity would seem nearer the mark. Thought Poirot disgustedly. These girls, do they not even try to make something of themselves? Well made up, attractively dressed, hair that has been arranged by a good hairdresser, then perhaps she might pass, but now— His visitor was a girl of perhaps 20-odd. Long, straggly hair of indeterminate colour strayed over her shoulders. Her eyes, which were large, bore a vacant expression, and were of a greenish blue. She wore what were presumably the chosen clothes of her generation: black high-leather boots, white open-work woolen stockings of doubtful cleanliness, a skimpy skirt, and a long and sloppy pullover of heavy wool. Anyone of Poirot's age and generation would have had only one desire— to drop the girl into a bath as soon as possible. He had often felt this same reaction walking along the streets. There were hundreds of girls looking exactly the same. They all looked dirty. And yet, a contradiction in terms, this one had the look of having been recently drowned and pulled out of a river. Such girls, he reflected, were not perhaps really dirty. They merely took enormous care and pains to look so. He rose with his usual politeness, shook hands, and drew out a chair. You demanded to see me, mademoiselle. Sit down, I pray of you. Oh, said the girl in a slightly breathless voice. She stared at him. Eh bien? Said Poirot. She hesitated. I think I'd rather stand. The large eyes continued to stare doubtfully. As you please. Poirot resumed his seat and looked at her. He waited. The girl shuffled her feet. She looked down on them, and then up again at Poirot. You are Hercule Poirot? Assuredly. In what way can I be of use to you? Oh, well, it's rather difficult. I mean— Poirot felt that she might need perhaps a little assistance. He said helpfully, My manservant told me that you wanted to consult me because you thought you might have committed a murder. Is that correct? The girl nodded. That's right. Surely, that is not a matter that admits of any doubt. You must know yourself whether you have committed a murder or not. Well, I don't quite know how to put it. I mean— Come now, said Poirot kindly. Sit down. Relax the muscles. Tell me all about it. I don't think— Oh dear. I don't know how to— You see, it's all so difficult. I've changed my mind. I don't want to be rude, but— Well, I think I'd better go. Come now. Courage. No, I can't. I thought I could come and ask you what I ought to do, but I can't. You see, it's all so different from— From what? I'm awfully sorry, and I really don't want to be rude, but— She breathed an enormous sigh, looked at Poirot, looked away, and suddenly blurted out, You're too old. Nobody told me you were so old. I really don't want to be rude, but there it is.